foremost, we all know that after 2 months of lockdown, since June and July, the economy is being unlocked in phases. And the government clearly knows that in this life versus livelihood debate, eventually we need to start living with COVID A, and B, the possibility of the strictest lockdown in the world coming back is very low.
Mhm.
Now, of course, a few states and cities have implemented weekly, weekend lockdowns in order to control the rising rate of infections, but it's limited. So, how do the high frequency indicators, what is the story we are getting from there is that there was a sharp spike in June. Some plateauing out has been witnessed in July, partly due to these state and city-wise lockdowns where infection rates were rising. But overall, high-frequency indicators are giving a positive signal. Yes, after the plateauing out in June, we are closely watching out for trends in the coming months. So I would say August and September become very crucial. All our clients echo that. In fact, in some sectors, clients have been positively surprised by the pickup in demand. We can call it the pent-up demand or revenge buying that's happening. But sustainability of the same needs to be checked. In this regard, we are also watching for any announcement with respect to demand stimulus by the government, as they promise that after the lockdown ends, when the stimulus will be most effective, they will give a stimulus of, we're expecting a stimulus of maybe close to 1% of GDP, not a very big number, but still something more to further facilitate continued recovery trend. In terms of numbers, June was a lost quarter in terms where as 2 months were in lockdown. So June quarter we expect 18% YOY contraction. That is like a record low, but after that gradual recovery, while economy likely to stay in contraction territory even in September quarter. Overall, we expect in the current financial year 4% GDP contraction. Close watch now on the rate at which COVID infection rates are rising, and does it force further state or city-wise lockdown by the government? That needs a close watch. So, as I stated that for FY21, we are expecting GDP contraction of 4%, which is like a 40-year low. And in FY22, as the cyclical recovery momentum continues, after the June quarter, June 2020 disruption, we will see cyclical recovery plus favorable statistical base effects supporting a 10% GDP expansion, GDP growth in FY22. But does it mean we are getting back to pre-COVID levels quickly? The answer is no. Because even pre-COVID, even though consumer demand was on a slightly weak footing, the disruption in the recent months has been significant. So, while there's a gradual recovery on a YOY basis, we are still in contraction phase. In our view, it will still take 3 to 4 quarters minimum to get back to pre-COVID levels, especially in terms of consumer demand. While on capex, we all know that private sector is likely to further defer the capex plan, while the government may support despite some fiscal constraints. Particularly on consumer demand, which contributes to 60% of India's GDP. In our view, 3 to 4 quarters likely. Focus now on demand stimulus from the government. We believe that the RBI this time may pause on rates in order to have a look at the transmission of measures already announced, easing already done, and also some constraint coming in from the sharp inflation spike. recent, seen in recent months, that inflation has surprised on the upside. It's now averaging above 6% consistently for last 6 to 9 months, with core inflation recently rising above the 5% mark. So we believe that RBI is likely to acknowledge the recent spike in inflation, but also emphasize that inflation, especially food inflation, is likely to cool off in the upcoming months as supply disruptions ease and record. This time also it's looking like we are likely to have a record summer crop, a record kharif crop, which will facilitate declining trend in food inflation. Overall, inflation likely to slip below 4% post September 2020. Basically, just the bottom line here is any forward guidance with respect to transmission or on inflation with a very dovish tone is what we are expecting in the upcoming RBI policy, while rates are likely to be kept unchanged.